Hi, this is Deshaun Scarborough, Executive Director of the Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission. Today is a great day. We are talking about the significance of the L.E.A.D Motel within the assassination of Dr. Martin Luther King, our civil rights leader.
I have a dream that one day every valley shall be exalted. Every hill and mountain shall be made low, the rough places will be made plain, and the crooked places will be made straight, and the glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together. I have a dream today.
I present to you Algebra 2, foreign languages, and finally biology. Who among you will step up to their challenge?
Me.
Yeah, I'll do it. Me too. Sign me up.
Take on the tough classes now. You need them to prepare for college.
America is essentially a dream.
It's finally here. America's a dream.
We shall overcome.
Be part of unity. Be part of diversity.
How long will justice be crucified?
Live the dream. Make change happen. Purchase your Martin Luther King Jr. Commission tag today. Support the dream.
Truth bear it. How long?
Change has come to America.
It's a happy birthday song. Love, Dad, and love, Mom. It's your birthday. Now that's the bomb, you dirty. And living strong. It's a happy birthday song. It's a happy birthday song.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent, because kids in foster care don't need perfection. They need you.
I'm starving. What's for breakfast?
Guten Tag!
Johannes, Brahms!
I bring you arts-enriched Raisinblams, fortified with increased test scores and creative problem-solving skills.
It's good!
And good for you.
Bobby? Susie?
Don't worry, that's just the power of the arts!
Feed your kids the arts. For 10 simple ways to learn how, visit AmericansForTheArts.org.
We took a trip from Little Rock, Arkansas, many of my dream keepers and my lead programs, to come down to Memphis, Tennessee, with many other commissions from across the United States to welcome a great day today and having everyone together assembled to proclaim the day of the Dr. Martin Luther King's assassination.
I think our young people should go visit the L.E.A.D Motel because it would teach the things that the book doesn't teach. There's also other things in the motel besides about Martin Luther King. You have the Central High, you have the bus that burned, the Rosa Parks bus, and other things of that sort. Black history.
There's no other promise that all men would be guaranteed the unalienable rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
This grand experiment with democracy would never be fulfilled until all citizens stood on level ground.
We in this country were creating a difference among and between people because of race and color.
The whole issue centered in one fundamental right of citizenship. Black people, Latino people, Asian people, gay people want to have the access to everything else all other American citizens have. That is the fundamental issue.
So we've come to cash this check, a check that will give us upon demand the riches of freedom and the security of justice.
Well, I remember when I used to go to Central that Miss Millie Jean used to come up there and talk to us, like different people from Little Rock 9 used to come and talk to us and just inspire us to do good because they fought for so many rights just for us to do what we're doing now, and I thank them for that.
It was obviously a critical period in our history. Actually, I went to Memphis to march in 1968. The reason and the importance of bringing young people to the Lorraine Hotel and to the Civil Rights Museum is so that we never forget, and that these young people who have all of the advantages that were brought about by Dr. King and those who were so influential and worked so hard and actually gave their lives for the civil rights movement, that they not forget, because you know, these young people enjoy the fruits of their labors and their sacrifices, including the ultimate sacrifice.
You know, this group of people, it means a lot to me. I felt that this would be an opportunity for us to come down and do our Lead and Dream Keepers retreat, so that we could stay focused on what was the importance of during our civil rights time. You know, looking and back in the 60s, you know, today's time, many of our children do not focus on what's important. And what we wanted to do is teach our kids and show them the importance of what happened during that time and how that movement made it better for us today.
Money, just like everybody else. Then you get back off of the bus. Walk to the back door, and you re-enter through the back. Now that's if the bus driver didn't pull away from you before you could reach the back door. And that was if, especially for ladies that might have been wearing skirts, your clothing wasn't caught in the door as he was trying to pull away from you, dragging you for about a half block down. These were things that were happening daily on the bus, and people got fed up with this treatment. During that period, the black citizens in Montgomery were walking to where they had to go. That might seem real lightweight when they were just walking to where they had to go. But where you had to go was 20 miles away. Well, if it was a thunderstorm, that or 110 degrees.
Buses back in the days, black people had a hard when it came to bus riding, and nowadays we don't deal with them problems on the buses. And getting to interact on that type of display, people get to learn exactly how much problems black people dealt with the white community, and how much problems the white community gave the black people, and what they had to go through to get their rights, and all the problems that they had to go to just to show that they're just equal as everybody else.
I'm director of the Montgomery County Office of Human Rights, Rockville, Maryland. We brought a group of 50 persons from around the Montgomery County area. Our commission, the Commission on Human Rights for Montgomery County, is celebrating 50 years of its founding. We thought it was significant enough to bring a group down here to kind of figure out and understand why we do what we do, and more importantly, why human rights are so important and where the genesis of those human rights all started from. Our hope then is they'll be able to people to understand and how much the entire tapestry of this country had to come together to make human rights a reality for everyone. It is truly not just a black history story we're telling here. It is an American history story, and that's why we're here.
You know, a very interesting reaction is when we sat everyone down at the table and we discussed to them how the freedom riders, Caucasian and Hispanic and African Americans, sat together, and those who wanted to eat together, who felt like it was right to eat together, sat there and they took the abuse. They took the name calling.
Let's imagine that we're back in the pack. You know, everybody's sitting right here at this lunch counter now. We get along just fine. We hang together, we kick it together every single day. But we can't eat together. We can't eat where we want to together. All right, now we figure if everybody sitting right here at this lunch counter can get along just fine, how come everybody else can't? So we decide we want to try to do something to change how things are. So we come up with a plan together. We're all going to walk into a diner or a restaurant. We're going to have a seat just like we're doing. Now when I say together, I do mean black and white people doing this together. Now look behind me. White gentleman, white young lady. Black gentleman, black young lady. Okay, so together we're all going to have a seat just like we're doing. Now as a result of what it is that we are about to do, there will be a whole future generation of civil rights people, a future generation of people who get a chance to eat wherever they want to eat. Okay, but we have to do this first. No? Let's imagine we have a seat just like we're doing. Now most likely, people inside that restaurant are not going to be too happy about us sitting down in their seats. Most likely they're going to mob up in a big, angry group all around us. A lot like this group. Most likely they're going to harass and attack each and every Single one of them.
And I watched the students as we did a scenario, how they pretty much just watched that and learned from history and not realizing how bad it truly was at that time.
For all of us, there's only one major rule. None of us get to fight back. None of us can even say a word. You can't even turn around and face who's attacking you. All you can do is protect yourself non-violently. Keep in mind this is a non-violent movement. If they throw you on the ground, get back up if you can. Sit right back down in your seat.
My recollection is that there was a very mixed group of people who not only went to Memphis, but who marched in Selma. One needs to see those pictures. People came from all over the country, whites who were made to realize the impact of segregation by what the Freedom Riders were doing, the way people reacted. If you even watch the current movie, The Help, it brings back to mind what it was like for a black person, a person of color living in the South during those days, and how wonderful it is that that time has passed.
I was just shocked because what they had to go through a long time ago to make everything the way it is right now. So I'm pretty glad, I'm pretty blessed right now to what's going on right now.
America is essentially a dream.
It's finally here. America's a dream.
We shall overcome.
Be part of unity. Be part of diversity.
How long will justice be crucified?
Live the dream. Make change happen. Purchase your Martin Luther King Jr. Commission tag today. Support the dream.
Truth bear it. How long?
Change has come to America.
The odds of this daughter of a clergyman spending 11 weeks at #1 on the U.S. singles charts? 1 in 19 million. The odds of going on to win 6 Grammy Awards? 1 in 1.4 million. The odds of having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 110. I'm Toni Braxton, and I encourage you to learn the signs of autism at autismspeaks.org.
So my uncle calls and he says he's dizzy and he's losing his balance. I'm like, Unc, you want me to take you to a doctor? He's like, no, I'm going to look up the symptoms. I said, your symptoms are you're dizzy and you're losing your balance. So he said, I can't get on the internet because my arm is numb. I said, well, use your good arm and dial 911. Stroke's no joke. If you or someone you love is showing symptoms of stroke, don't wait because it might be too late. Dial 911. Time lost is brain lost.
These things we count on every day started as ideas. Ideas from the minds of African Americans. Support minority education today so we don't miss out on the next big idea tomorrow. The United Negro College Fund. A mind is a terrible thing to waste.
And she told me that students from Nashville were coming down to Birmingham to take over the Freedom Rides. They were all handing in their last will and testament because they were expecting to die by taking over this movement.
The most shocking part to me was when the mob lit the bus on fire, and they closed the doors at this remote location where no one was around, and they refused to let anyone off. And to me, it was just put a light on the hatred and the humility that was going on during that time, and the hatred that they had toward African Americans and those that were wanting to help African Americans.
The bus is filling up with black smoke. The mob is holding the door shut in the front. Once the gas tank ignited and caught fire, the mob jumped back. Luckily, that bus, but there were 12 people hospitalized. But keep in mind that when I say 12 people, there were more than just freedom riders riding that bus. There were normal Greyhound passengers on that bus. That bus was set on fire, it was destroyed. Matter of fact, there's a picture up in that corner, no longer in existence. That's a replica. Now that first bus was left out, it did make it to Birmingham. As soon as they pulled in Birmingham, the Klan was waiting on them there as well.
Well, I've seen some sort of stuff that made me sort of sick to just look at it. Because when we were looking at the bus in there, it just sort of made me think of what was actually really going on and what really happened there. I was actually feeling really sick to my stomach when I was in there. This museum is just basically monumental to our nation because it's showing what the people have actually been through.
It was a very critical period in our history, incredible turmoil because of the transition from the days of real segregation and Jim Crow laws to the abandonment of Jim Crow and for the elimination of segregation, and in Memphis to achieve the kind of respect that Dr. King was fighting for. Those signs said, "I am a man." This was for the refuse garbage collectors. It's hard now to imagine what it was like then, and the only way that young people now can have an appreciation, indeed older people who tend to forget, is to visit that museum, to visit the site, and to gain some appreciation of what it was like then.
My name is Rosalind Rose. I'm from Poplar Grove, Arkansas. And I think it's very important to know my past, because I need to know my background before I try to go forward. I've never been here. This is my first time, and it's a great experience. First of all, I didn't know things were so bad. It was just crazy back then. I'm glad it's not like that now. And I want to thank everyone that was a part of the civil rights.
My name is Maria Oates. I'm from Conway, and it's very important for me to be here to learn about what happened back then and why our country is how it is today, and how Martin Luther King had a big impact on our society. Basically, he just fought non-violently for civil rights and for the rights of the people and what he believed in. And it is important to me because it has a very impact on my life and how I was brought up to believe in what he did and how to cope with society and around me the right way.
My name is Charlie. I'm with the Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission in Little Rock, Arkansas. And we came out today to remember Dr. Martin Luther King at the Lorraine Hotel Museum, remembering his dream of human equality and all his struggles toward civil rights for all mankind. And it is something to be standing in the spot where he actually died, where he actually was killed and met his death.
I've had an opportunity to visit the Lorraine Motel many times now, the museum, and it means a lot to me. And to take every year or 2 times a year kids down there so that they can open their eyes and kind of see what took place, that means a lot to me. And every time I get an opportunity to witness that, it brings upon a new feeling. I realize that I learned something different from them every single time.
I'm Victoria Ward. I'm from Little Rock, Arkansas. It's important for me to be here because I'm with the AMLK Commission, and me learning about Dr. Martin Luther King is like it's helped me learn who he was and what he was about and everything that he actually did. Some people leave out the important things that he's done, like everything that he went through with protesting, getting hit in the head with a brick, and still having the initiative to come back out and do the same thing over and over again. The fact that him and Rosa Parks had like a little team going on where they help with the buses and everything else. It's just the major things they leave out at sometimes.
Good cholesterol versus bad, Woody Page.
It all rides on the lipoproteins. The higher the HDL, the lower the risk of heart disease.
I mean, this is a guy who shed 30 pounds in 2 months. He tackled his sleep apnea, too.
High blood pressure's weak. 150 over 95? Bench the salt.
The pass down low? Now that's a clean colon.
If only you followed your health the way you follow sports. For a complete list of the tests you need and when you need them, go to ahrq.gov/realman.
Take out meals for just $12.99. Call them.
Sherry Pearson. You are the sole surviving heir of the King of Montanopolis, and you are now worth $45 million.
I'm rich. This can't be real.
Of course it's not real. Come on. Having money isn't about luck. Like that takeout meal. Cook at home instead, you can save thousands a year. Feed me.
Feed the pig.
I got no pulse. We're losing him.
Sergeant, he's in VPIP.
Shock him.
Does it real over time. He just had a few drinks. This can't be happening.
Are we clear?
Clear.
You're just buzzed.
Just buzzed. You didn't tell us that, sir. You're right. This isn't happening. He'll be fine.
Yeah, I feel good.
Really?
No, not really.
Buzz driving.
Clear.
Maybe we should stop acting like it's no big deal.
Shock him.
America is essentially a dream.
It's finally here. America's a dream.
We shall overcome.
Be part of unity. Be part of diversity.
How long will justice be crucified?
Live the dream. Make change happen. Purchase your Martin Luther King Jr. Commission tag today. Support the dream.
Truth bear it. How long?
Change has come to America.
I don't know that you can have an appreciation of what you have now without understanding what it took to get you what you have now. These young people can't even conceive of having to sit in a balcony, can't sit in a theater without having something marked colored. Of not being able to eat wherever they wanted to sleep wherever they wanted to go wherever they wanted to sit wherever they wanted to. Those of us who didn't have to suffer that kind of humiliation, it's important that we understand what these individuals who paved that way, who gave those sacrifices, made those sacrifices, endured in order to achieve what we have now. And to understand that the battle does not end. The fight continues, and it's important that we recognize every day what that struggle was so that we can continue the struggle and eliminate any vestige of any kind of discriminatory conduct.
You know, when you walk across from the Lorraine Motel, and they have a separate area, and they show where the gentleman shot Martin Luther King from.
Right now what we're seeing is from the man James Earl Ray room. This is the bathroom. He was standing up over there, and he shot Martin Luther King in the neck.
To walk in that area is very emotional to me. To be able to go through the bathroom area and his living quarters and pretty much just as we walk through it and they're giving you a tour and explaining what happened and what took place during that time, it just is amazing. And you know, to go back, it almost puts you back in time right then, as if you're watching it through someone else's eyes. And I found that to be very important. And seeing that experience on kids' face and watching them, I thought that, hey, you could tell that they're learning something, and you can also tell that they are really, truly embracing the experience themselves.
It hurts my heart to see how it really was back in the day and everything that he went through and everything that the students and people went through just to get us to where we are today, and we still can appreciate that.
Civil rights is basically everybody's created equally, nobody's different.
I enjoy the right to go sit where I want to sit, to go to a different restaurant, no matter where it's at. I also enjoy the fact that I can go vote.
You know, usually on the way back, that's a long trip, about 2 hours from Little Rock. And we take that opportunity to kind of reflect upon what took place and what it meant to them. And I tell you, I learn from these kids every single day.
It almost makes me want to cry sometimes, because it's like we have so much freedom today, and back then it's like they had none. They were fighting every day for a little piece of freedom, and they couldn't even ride the bus, eat, go to school, learn everything that somebody else was learning. They had to do it at some other time, and we're here doing it now. It's just crazy.
Thank you for joining us for this wonderful segment. Stay tuned for our next show from the MLK Commission. If you have any questions, please contact us at 501-683-1300 or visit our website at www.arkingdream.org.
I have a dream that one day every valley shall be exalted. Every hill and mountain shall be made low, the rough places will be made plain, and the crooked places will be made straight, and the glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together. I have a dream today.
To you, Algebra 2, foreign languages, and finally, biology. Who among you will step up to their challenge?
Me.
Yeah, I'll do it. Me too. Sign me up.
Take on the tough classes now. You need them to prepare for college.
America is essentially a dream.
It's finally here. America's a dream.
We shall overcome.
Be part of unity. Be part of diversity.
How long will justice be crucified?
Live the dream. Make change happen. Purchase your Martin Luther King Jr. Commission tag today. Support the dream.
Truth bear it. How long? Change has come to America.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent, because kids in foster care don't need perfection. They need you.
So you can't save money? That's easy as pie. Brown bag your lunch instead of going out. $6 save times 5 days a week times 10 years is $21,000. That's a lot of lettuce. Small changes today, big bucks tomorrow. Feedthepig.org.